On to you, Aries. How y'all doing? So for you, Aries, you have the Five of Wands, the Page of Swords, and then you have the High Priestess right here. So you Aries, right? You Aries, basically. So there's a barrier that you or a spiritual protection that you Aries are putting between yourselves and someone else. You can't bother to hang out with this person or people in general anymore because every time you Aries come around, it's going to be a problem. I'm just letting you Aries know right now what it is. Hold up a second. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. Every time you Aries come around, it's going to be a problem because like it is, I said before, right? Like envy is a serious thing, and a lot of times people don't be listening to me, but real talk, envy is a serious thing because to kind of tell some of my own stories real quick, and I want y'all to learn from my example, right? I know what it's like wanting to really tussle with some of the people whom I used to hang out with because the long story short, you call me. I'm doing my workout, you call me. You call me in the middle of the night. Yo, what's going on? I'm outside working out. Yo, what's going on? Nothing. Yo, I'm gonna go ahead work out. I bet. Where you at? I'm outside. Okay. Getting these reps in. Oh, okay. 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, no anything. Yo, you coming or what? Now again, it's across the street. You coming or what? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I decided, nah, you know what I mean, or whatever. So you ain't even called me. You ain't even think. And then when I approached them and I'm like, yo, what was that? Then they playing like they stupid. I don't understand what is that you doing. Like a person who does stuff like that, real talk, has issues because why you ain't called? You want me to wild out on you. Like, that's the problem. Why you want my attention so bad? And then you act like you got a problem. It's like you got issues. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the situation for you, Aries. Like, every time you come around, you're going to have a problem. Why? High Priestess. Because this person secretly admires you. The problem, though, is just as it is, I said before, envy and jealousy is too dangerous to be standing next to a person when they are practicing those things because it's a double mind. It's two minds. It's double mindedness. Their mind is fractured. It's double right. It's double mindedness. And what I mean by that is they admire you, but those are people whom you can't count on. You can't look at these people to be like, okay, this person has my back, even if they admire you, because they so caught up with you and being upset with you or whatever the case may be. If you end up getting caught up thinking, oh, they have your back, they will demonstrate and show you different ways as to how much they don't have your back. So it's this catch 22 of like, yeah, this person likes you, depending on the situation, because not all envy is the same. Yeah, this person likes you, but depending on the situation, they may even be in love with you. A lot of times people think, oh, well, this person's on the same side, so that don't mean anything. Oh, father and daughter, that don't mean anything. No, you'd be surprised at how, this is what I'm trying to say. You would be surprised at how twisted envy gets, and it doesn't always become that way, but you just always have to keep that in mind because the truth is you can't trust them either way, if I'm being honest with you. And so a lot of you Aries are realizing this, and this is why it is that you put in a little bit of distance, a little bit of space between you Aries and these people, because it could be family members, it could be people that you may have literally gotten to know in days romantically. It could be friends, it could be business acquaintances. It could be people, co-workers, people on a job that you Aries are like, you know what, you're going to give them some space. Why? Because the way that they're moving is obtuse. Every time you interact with them before, it's they not, they move with you differently, but the way that they move with you is a lot more harsh. It's a lot more like, it's a lot more extreme. It's like they doing too much, you know? It's for instance, it's like when you Aries, the weird person that has a problem with you, because I call them weird because it's weird. You say what's up to them, they just fly off the handle. Anyone else can say what's up to them, but when you specifically say what's up, they fly off the handle, and you're like, what is going on with you? What is wrong with you? And they just can't seem to express themselves. They can't say what's wrong. They can't articulate it. They just spazzing. So the Ace of Swords now and the Hanged Man represents how, once again, a lot of you, a lot of you, again, a lot of you Aries. So just leave the relationship there, whatever the relationship is, however you know these people in general, leave it there. This is time for spring cleaning. And so since it's spring cleaning, do that. Spring clean. Spring cleaning could be physical things, but it could also be people as well. A lot of times during the colder weather, right? If you experience winter, if you have the 4 seasons, I in New York do. So in the fall and the winter, to express it to other people, because the people who watch me don't always have 4 seasons, because people from all over the world watch me in New York. And I'm actually, not only am I from New York, but I'm actually specifically from the city. So in New York City, but in New York State, the whole state, we experience the 4 seasons, the 4 changes of the weather, which is summer, spring, summer, fall, and winter. So during the fall and the winter, people are in their homes more because it's cold. So you end up, what I'm trying to say here is that you end up holding on to things a lot more because you don't want to go outside because of how cold it is. People really don't be outside. Now, granted, this is the Big Apple. People still be outside, but people are a lot less outside. You know what I'm saying? Unless they planning on going shopping or whatever the case may be, than they normally would be if it was the summer. Now, summer, people are outside constantly doing their thing, getting into fun, getting in trouble, whatever the case is, right? I be hearing it sometimes outside of the window. People be getting into problems. But when you clutter all of these different things and people and stuff like this, you forget why it is that these people was even like important to you in the first place. Guess what you do? You get rid of them, right? You excommunicate from them. And so the Queen of Cups now and the Nine of Pentacles, right? Just wanted to make, stretch. The Queen of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles right here is about how, okay, should I go get that? No, I'm not going to go get it. But the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles is about how, and then not only that too, but you're in a much better position than they are. You shouldn't be even wasting your, you shouldn't even be wasting your time on these individuals. Real talk. You shouldn't even be wasting your time, because the more you hang around them is the more emotional they're going to become. They're going to fly off the handle even more. They're going to become even more emotional. They're going to become even more emotional. They're going to get worse. But your disposition is so much better than theirs. You shouldn't even care about that, truth be told. And the reason why you Aries shouldn't care about that is because, again, you need to do some spring cleaning. You've gathered way too many people in your life that don't bring value, and they do things to unfortunately hurt you. And so for you, Aries, you have to allow yourself to take a step back by excommunicating from them sometimes. I've talked about this plenty of time. Abandon your friends. You know, a lot of times people be like, wow, that's outlandish. No, but really is it though? Because when I say abandon your friends, I'm talking about like the people that call themselves your friends, but they're just standing around and they don't bring value in. They're just looking. See, Fetty Wap needed to abandon his friends. Now, I don't know if Fetty Wap is an Aries, but Fetty Wap needed to abandon his friends because I think Fetty Wap was a Gemini, but he needed to abandon his friends. Why? Because Fetty Wap spent and spent and spent, blew $22 million. And then when the 22 million or his finances was up, all his friends left him. Or a lot of them left him. And this is what I mean. You've accumulated too many fake people. And so the situation is that the Seven of Swords here, the Three of Cups, and the Ace of Cups, okay, it represents how you Aries may be hopeless romantics, and you may have a lot of love in y'all heart and everything like that, but this is the downside of being a hopeless romantic. Sometimes you have to do in, so to speak, the people that you love the most sometimes, because it's needed, it's justified, it's necessary for you to do them in. And what I mean when I say do them in, I'm talking about it's necessary for you, Aries, sometimes to legitimately decide that you gotta leave them alone or you have to abandon them because they're not making any progress in your life. They're literally coming around and expecting you to do something for them, right? And you can't afford that. And I'm speaking as an Aries moon. There's been a lot of people who, I, on a personal level, like or would have really liked to get to know, but I had to let that go. And they called me. They calling, but they missed the part where I did pick up the phone before. And they treated me like trash. So now this time has to be different because I know what happened the last time I picked up the phone. You got right back to, they got right back to treating me a certain kind of way that I didn't like, disrespectfully, namely. And so the Seven of Swords right here, it speaks to how, so you Aries have to end things between yourself and them decisively, abruptly. If a person is in your life and they envious of you, you got to get rid of them. You have to really decide to never go back to them because them being around you is dangerous to you because they can't control whatever issues they have. They can't control it. They're of two minds. They admire you, want to be you, but then they at the same time, they want to make your life worse. So you can't have both. They can't have both. They got to make up their mind which one they want to do. The Three of Cups represents, so yeah, you Aries gotta build up a better support system, a better team, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Gotta have a better team. And what I mean when I say, kind of notifications, what I mean when I say a better team, I mean like a better competent, listen to what I'm saying, a better competent group of people who is capable of doing what you ask them to do, or people who have their own thing going on and just are competent in general. And then you have the Ace of Cups, which represents how, because you'll get a peace of mind that way. This dealing with just picking up random people, picking up strays and all this trash and all of that, I'm not saying that you can't do good things for people. That's not what I'm saying, right? But what I'm trying to say here is you got to be more, you Aries have to be more realistic about what kind of value this person can really bring to you. So let's clarify the Ace of Cups. You have the hidden depths, the blessing, the truth, the immortal flight, and then you have the dark unicorn. So to clarify the Ace of Cups, so the hidden depths, the blessing, and the truth represents you actually should feel blessed about your disposition, even though it's whack. It feels whack because you do have to uproot what it is that you thought you know about specific people, because you may have liked them, loved them, but you still have to do it. See, this oh yeah, I know about those days. Oh yeah, I know about oh yeah. See, what this is going to do for you Aries, this is going to make you more ruthless. This is going to make you more of what the Aries is built to do, to be a warrior, to be a person that has that kind of warrior's mentality, right? That follow through, that does what needs to be done because it's justified. You see why it's justified, right? You try bringing them with you, you try having them around you, and they're trying to sabotage you. And it's like, but if they cool with you, why would they sabotage you? They should be there cheering you on, clapping you on. They should be there supporting you as much as they possibly can. And without envy, right? Without looking at you like, oh, you're direct competition, you know? And you Aries, it's whack. Now, it feels whack because it is whack, but it feels whack because you know that you have to do them in. And what I mean by that is, you know, you have to excommunicate them. And it's going to feel like you've lost someone, if you know what I mean, on the inside. But it's how it has to be. That's why I'm saying that it's going to make you more like cold in that sense, because you have to do that. You have to, if you want to get to the next level, you have to do it, because you can't be weighed down by an individual or individuals that say one thing and that they doing another. They either going to be really rocking with you for real. Like, I know an Aries right now that can call me in the middle of the night, we'll chop it up. She knows who she is. I'm saying or I hope she knows who she is, but she knows who she is. We talk a lot. And stuff like that. So the blessing and the truth represents it's whack now, but it's going to feel really good later, because your life drastically improves when you don't have those people around you, because that's one less obstacle that's in the way of you getting to where you want to go. And then the thing is that the immortal flight and the dark unicorn speaks to how you Aries excuse me, are in a position where you need to do this, because you Aries are missing certain elements in your life to be more well-rounded. And you need to do this because it will help you become spiritually, mentally, physically more well-rounded. Well, not physically, like big, but I mean like more well-rounded in the sense of more of a complete being. You need to embrace the darkness of your heart, not doing wild stuff, but you need to accept it in a sense that you want success. And sometimes when it comes to being successful, you will have to abandon your friends. You will have to cut them off. And this is something that I had to learn. And they're not gonna like you for it. They're not gonna like you for it because they're not gonna like you for it because they're gonna want you to hang around them. But at the same time, they can't stop betraying you though. So it's this thing where you can't hang around them and have them betraying you at the same time. They got to pick a side, but they don't want to pick a side. So you have to pick for them. So that's pretty much it. Whatever it is that you Aries do, that's up to you. You know, survive or get way down with them. Sink or swim. The decision is yours. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We got 20,758. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Peace.